Hi, and this video I will also explain about interesting moment with metaverse. So let's start. With the recent explosion of NFTs, non-fungible tokens, in the blockchain ecosystem, and Facebook had turning rebrand to Meta. The metaverse has entered into mainstream public consequences. Consciousness, thought, and concept might seem new and cutting edge. The idea of the metaverse has been well established in pop culture for decades. The term was first coined in 1992 by Neil Stephenson in his science fiction novel Snow Crash, to refer to all-encompassing 3D virtual world that mimics, augments, enhances, and connects with physical reality. Since then, the metaverse has brushed with the mainstream, with version of this concept appearing in Ready Player One, Tron, and The Matrix. But what is the metaverse is actually? Metaverse explained. Simply put, the metaverse is a parallel digital universe that exists alongside the real world. Given its emergent nature, there are many different versions of how the metaverse will manifest itself, and even debates about whether the metaverse already exists today. In the most idealistic depictions, the metaverse is a virtual world that offers parallel experience to the real world with the potential and chance abilities. Much like the robot manufactured world of the Matrix. In more realistic renderings, metaverse visitors use complex motion tracking machinery and virtual reality headset to physically interact in a virtual world, where they take the form of virtual avatars, play games, and live pseudo-anonymous lives. Sometimes the currently existence of user-owned digital goods that have traditionally real-world qualities of rarity, value, and history is referred to as evidence that the metaverse is already with us. Some argue that the metaverse exists in the human interactions, feeling and expressions that make up the digital lives we live on individual social platforms, video games, and more. Yes, yet, despite this disparate vision, the core concept behind the metaverse is clear. Telepresence, telepresence, defined as an immersive state that allows a person to feel present in a virtual space, is key to facilitating metaverse experiences, whether through a combination of immersive AR and VR technologies, user-owned digital goods powered by blockchains, or simply thought an addicting and massively multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG. The metaverse manifests from our ability to build virtual spaces that make us feel present, perhaps even tangible, in a digital environment. Entering the metaverse. The metaverse exists all around us in a very real way. Early experiments in MMORPG, such as A Second Life and World of Warcraft, introduced the concept of gamified social platforms that immersed players to the point where digital items, from weapons, clothing, in-game houses, hold immense real-world value. Existing social network platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have allowed for the creation of pseudo-anonymous internet avatar in identities and interactive virtual rooms where users go to share news, discuss information, and chat with friends. Whether at a Twitter Spaces, Hangouts, a Zoom call with co-workers, or in multiplayer games, people are now stronger to complete digital immersion through an extreme screen. However, there are emerging technologies that have the potential to give more importance, permanence, and pressure to the digital world. A large factor in facilitating the increased telepresence that will power metaverse develop will be our ability to replicate the human experience in this virtual reality. VR headsets and movement tracking devices can play a pivotal role with increasingly realistic portrayals that create a state of complete sensory immersion. Some examples of early innovation include Superhot, a Matrix-esque game where time moves only as fast as the player, and VR Chat, a social platform where players create 3D avatars to interact in community virtual rooms. While VR aims to build an immersive virtual world separate from physical spaces. Augmented reality AR as virtual displays to physical reality. One compelling example that exists right now in Microsoft HoloLens, an AR headset that track both what we are looking at and our body movements to superimpose virtual images and icons, allowing for compelling use cases that can help us navigate, identify objects, and interact with the physical world in a virtual manner. Imagine a world where you can put an AR glasses to see which virtual shoes a person chooses to wear that day, or play game on a completely virtual screen that exists on your desk. AR glasses could update in real time based on sensors, providing information and accommodating everyday experience. This is the goal of AR, a seamless blend of the virtual and physical to enhance everyday life in exciting, functional, and genuine ways. So, for this video, it's all. Goodbye.